I'm going to give you a question, and when I give you this question, I want you to think carefully about how you actually solve it in your mind. What do you actually do? And so the question is, what is 9 plus 8? Now, hopefully, you landed on 17 as your answer, but I'm really curious about what actually happened in your mind as you were solving that calculation. And especially, I'm curious to know whether or not you had a mental object of the 9 and the 8 in your mind. Or, in other terms, whether or not you had a visual image of 9 and 8 and could see how they interacted when you added them together. Now, whether you did or didn't bring up any mental object, I'm going to show you what that looks like and how I develop that kind of thinking with my students. And I'm going to do it using my Subitising app. So, I'm going to go into the 20 frame structured one. So here we'll have two tens frames side by side. But to build this skill of adding 9, because that's what this video is about, I really want to show you how I teach my students to add 9. I'm just going to hit the back button until there's a 9 at this top card. So I'll keep going back. There we go. Now, what I did was when developing this, I decided to put this pause button in. So now we can pause this tens frame that's at the top. And so then we can visually see what it looks like when we have two single digit numbers, one of them's a 9, and we're adding them together. So let's go for the first one. So for this first one, we know it's a 9 at the top, but then we saw an 8 down here, and we know it was an 8 because there was two missing spots there. So then I'm going to ask my students, all right, imagine if we had to add these two numbers together, imagine the one leftover dot going up to fill this hole. So in our mind's eye, we want to simultaneously be able to see what's on top, see what's down the below, and imagine, let's say, this dot moving up into here. Now, if this dot moves up into this space, well, then I know there's going to be 3 gaps, so I know that's going to be 17. And again, let's go for another one. All right, so this time we saw a 4. So in my mind, I'm going to imagine one of those dots from the 4 moving up into that 9 to make 10, and that'll leave me with 3 down the bottom. So it's got to be a 10 and a 3. It's going to be 13. And so that's the thing I love about Subitising, is it visually shows us how our two numbers, our two single digit numbers, are interacting with each other. And so if you provide your students enough chance to practice this as a skill, then pretty soon they can just see those numbers coming together in their mind's eye in one fluid motion. And it helps build up really flexible thinking.